We're to the point where we're going to have actually a game that works pretty darn well. We're going to add some menu systems to it. So for example, my bird is going to go along and crash, and we have a game over screen. So we're going to add that along with collisions. Yes, finally collisions. So you would install that just like we installed this. We initialize our game. All of this is the same. Set our allowed events. We have our pipe speed. We load everything. Nothing changes here. Updating the background is the same. Initializing the bird. Updating the bird. Initializing the pipes. Updating the pipes. Resetting the pipes is all the same. Whoa, here we are. Display game over. Well, before we can display the game over, we probably need to detect collision. If the bottom of the bird is greater than the height, which means if the bottom of the bird hits the bottom, that's a collision. If the bird top is less than up here, if the bird goes out of up to the sky, it's a collision. We'll get display game over, which then triggers this guy, display game over. The Py menu comes up. We define a menu object. We use the PyGame menu library to create a menu. There's our title, game over. I like it better with a capital, then you know the game's over. We set it to the width of the surface, the height of the surface, and there's several themes which are in the tutorial that you can choose. I chose blue at this point. I may have changed it later on. Doesn't matter. So that creates the basic menu. Then we can add a button. Play again. What's the action? It calls the main method, which is right down here, which starts us over again with a brand new game. There's other ways. That's just the way I did it with this one. There it is. Then we add another button for exit. This is a built-in Py menu event, exit. It exits the game when it's clicked. This is part of the PyGame menu. Now we have to stay in this loop until something happens. Either we click the X, or we click exit, or we can play again. So it's sitting in that loop waiting. It has to loop because it has to keep redrawing the screen. Once we click exit, everything gets shut down. So how do we detect collisions? Oh, we already talked about that a bit. If it hits the bottom or the top, the bird hits the bottom or the top, now we have to determine, is the bird going between the pipes? So if the bird rectangle right is greater than the upper pipe rectangle left, so what does greater than mean? Well, greater than means there it is. I knew I had a little drawing tool. Greater than means that, I need a better drawing tool, don't I? Let's see. There we go. Here's our pipe. So the bird rectangle, here's our bird rectangle right. Here's the right part. If it is greater than this, it's fine. If it is greater than the right, it's fine. So that means that it's between the pipes. If the bird runs into a pipe, if the self-docked rectangle top is less than, crash, crash, crash. The minute it's less than this, the minute it's in between, we're done. We display game over. We're finished. Nothing left. Now, let me see here. There. So far, so good. Whoops, my Flappy Bird went off the screen. I need to play again. Uh-oh. Yep. I didn't start playing soon enough. There. See, as long as he is above... Anyway, I'm not very good at this game, as you can see. As long as the Flappy Bird is between the pipes... Oh, man. We're good. There we go. Now, every time we go between the pipes, if we're not touching the pipe... Oh, that didn't work. If we don't hit the pipe, we're good. And we're testing for the left and the right side of the pipe. So it doesn't matter if we hit it going through the pipes or before we get to the pipes. Well, we have a menu. We're checking for collisions. It's time for some scoring and some music.